Well, like you said, Kunle, Moses tells fellow Eagles, that's the lead story. Friday edition of Complete Sports. Get ready for war in Ethiopia. Liverpool star, wary of wire antelope's threat, speaks on Red's debut. I mean, got a goal on his debut. I mean, that's a very good way to start. A whole lot of stories, interesting stories in today's. If you look at the top corner, you have beat Chelsea and will love you forever. Fulham fans tells under fire Martin Jol, and who owns Manchester. We'll talk about this one later, because the Manchester derby is on our hands on Sunday, and Ramsey comes of age. This is one player that has been lampooned. I mean, a lot of things have been said about this player, but he's been answering his critics the best way.
Yes.
Playing well and getting goals. And of course, other stories, NFF confirmed Calabar will host Eagles Ethiopia in November. I think this is a good one.
It's a good one, definitely.
Okay. Let's move on to Soccer Star this morning. Hoodlums take over Keshi's property. That will make an interesting read. On page 5 of today's Soccer Star, if you want to know what property the Hoodlums have taken over, you need to grab a copy of Soccer Star. Other stories today, Rooney close to new deal. That story is on the back page. Manchester City targets Benzema and Khedira. Monaco denies Ronaldo. That story is on page 3. Liverpool set to unleash Suarez on Manchester United. Calabar to host Nigeria and Ethiopia. We talked about that one earlier. Okay. All right. Let's move on now. And Eagles win bank on records. That's coming from Echejile. Okay. Let's move on to the last paper for review this morning. Emenike confesses Eagles can do the job. Eagles can do the job. Okay. Battle of Addis Ababa, shattered flight for Eagles. We talked about that earlier. At the NFF are mapping out plans to ensure that they don't get crushed under the altitude. I mean, the Ethiopians are used to it. Most of their players play at home or in that region.
Yes.
And so I think it's a good one. Echejile reveals Eagles won't rely on records. And of course, you have this interesting story that I feel is worth reading. Bale is worth held £100 million because, I mean, I would like to know the reason why Bale is worth £100 million. But you need to grab a copy of Sporting Life to fully understand what is being said. Taribo Keshi lose properties. Hoodlum hijack players' lands in Port Harcourt. That story is on page 14. And you have this interesting one, top corner on the right hand side. Mega Box. Ibra signs new massive £12 million a year deal with French money bags Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, that's the review of the papers for you this morning. Let's move straight now to the English Premier League. We just gave you a hint in the papers on Sunday, the big one in England, Manchester United and Manchester City. But let's quickly take a look at the fixtures. What you have on your screen, let's quickly run through it. Norwich will take on Aston Villa. Liverpool, we'll listen to Brendan Rodgers talk later on, but Liverpool will take on Southampton. Newcastle will take on Hull City. West Brom, that has our own Victor Anichebe, will take on Everton, his former club. I think that's a good one. Chelsea will take on Fulham. These are some of the fixtures. Those matches will be played on Saturday. On Sunday, Arsenal will take on Stoke. Stoke has been a bogey team for Arsenal in recent years.
They are always a hard nut to crack anytime.
Okay. Crystal Palace will take on Swansea. Swansea, you remember, defeated Valencia in the Europa League.
Yes,
so I think it's a good one. I think they'll be in a good mood. And of course, Cardiff will take on Tottenham. Tottenham also had a victory in the Europa League campaign. Yes. And of course, the biggest one. This game might just be a title decider, because everybody's been saying is between the title will stay in Manchester. Either it goes to the blue corner or the red corner.
No,
I don't know, but the title is going to stay in Manchester.
I disagree with you because we've only had about 4 games played in the English Premier League, so this game might not just decide anything.
It might have a bearing. It might have a bearing.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because this is just their fifth game. And if you look at the last 10 years,
some people say if you lose to your rivals, that's 6 points lost.
That's 6 points lost. They also have an opportunity to redeem their image in the reverse fixture. So
what if the damage has been done before that? But what I'm just trying to say is that those things it counts.
Definitely, but it is very, very important for any of these two teams to actually grab a win in this game, because for me, they've not been too convincing. I'm talking about the two Manchester teams. In the last 10 games, both teams have played 7 games. Manchester City won 3, while Manchester United also won 3, and 1 actually ended in a penalty. Last season, when both teams met at the ETS Stadium, Manchester United actually ran away with a 3-2 victory over them. And in the reverse fixture in the Theatre of Dreams, Manchester City went there to beat Manchester United 2-1, while they also defeated Manchester City.
It could go either way. That's what you're trying to say.
Definitely.
Okay. What we're going to do now, let's listen to Brendan Rodgers, what he has to say. Manchester United is involved in one way or the other because Luis Suarez might just be coming back, and his first game might just be against Manchester United. So what we're going to, let's listen to Brendan Rodgers this morning, talk about his plans for Luis Suarez and for Liverpool.
But as I said, he obviously serves the last ban at the weekend, and then we'll talk more next week when he's available. But I believe that the team is still, got a lot of improvements, only because of the nature of what I've seen in the games and the potential that we have in the players still to grow. And as I said, we get Louis back next week, which is a world-class signing coming back into the picture again. So now the attitude and how we've been in these opening games has been excellent. And as I said, we've got to sustain that, but I'm really happy that in these early stages, which is what it is, that we've shown at least potential, and I think that potential can grow even more.
We'll see about that.
Okay, look at this. I think it's a good one. The preview to Sunday. That's Usain Bolt, world's fastest man, and Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero. I mean, it's no secret that Usain Bolt is a Manchester United fan. But what he's doing here, I don't understand. But it seems to be giving Aguero some tips to help him sharpen up, probably get some goals.
No, he wasn't giving him. He said he wanted to destabilize him from ahead of
But it looks to be
game.
Giving him tips.
He said that he wants to time out so that when both teams fight out on Sunday, he wouldn't have a good game. He said
if you look at his papers that he was reading, he feels that Aguero is the threat that Manchester City has.
Yes.
And so the only way to just ensure that his own team wins, to destabilize this guy as much as possible. But it looks like he might have turned the other way, because for all you care, Aguero might just become sharper, and on that day he might just be the one to wreck Manchester United.
Yes, he talked about the fact that when both teams met last season, Aguero was a thorn in the flesh of the defense of the Manchester United. So he said he wanted to use this medium to actually distract him from having a good game on Sunday. How that will happen?
Well, because
if you look at it, just like you said, when a player trains, they become sharper. You understand, and better. So I think
it might be counterproductive.
This will just be another advantage for Sergio Aguero.
Okay, all right. So we'll wait and see. But what you have on screen, we've shifted grounds now. We have gone to Germany, German Bundesliga. We're talking about this because of the African interest. Kunle, I mean, it's amazing. Schalke will take on Bayern, and the two African brothers, two Ghanaian brothers, actually, Kevin Prince Boateng and Jerome Boateng for Bayern Munich. I mean, where would their loyalties be? Are you going to think of your club first, kick your brother in the groin? I mean, it's going to be interesting.
I remember when, at some point in time in the early 90s, when the Super Eagles of Nigeria, just to digress a little bit, when then we had Emmanuel Amunike playing for Barcelona, and they took on Real Betis. And when both the games started,
and they had to come across
each other. And
I remember it was Amunike that was chasing Finidi all the way.
It was very, very tough. So for me, the same thing is just going to be applicable.
They're going to forget their brothers.
They're going to forget the brother issues and all that, and they are going to attack each other. It is the 3 points that matters as far as this game is concerned.
Okay, let's look at some selected results from the Europa League matches played last night. We told you earlier, Valencia, so disappointing at their own stadium, lost to Swansea. But of course, Laudrup used to work in Spain, maybe explains why. And he even got one of their players, Pablo Hernandez, used to play for Valencia.
Yes.
Maybe explains. Michu is a Spaniard. Like 7 Spaniards.
It's so good. Fantastic. Because if you look at the fact that Swansea were actually making their debut in the Europa League and coming up against a Valencia team who knows their onion as far as the Europe is concerned. And of course, losing by such a huge margin, I think is a good one for the coach of Swansea.
Okay, let's quickly flip through. Dynamo Zagreb lost at home, a goal to 2. PSV Eindhoven also lost by 2 goals. Standard Liège, lost at home. A lot of home losses. NK Maribor also lost to Obafemi Martins' former club, 2 goals to 5. Wigan, it went bad. At some point it was goalless, but they lost, and so they lost by 3 goals. Fiorentina defeated Pacos Ferreira by 3 goals. Real Betis played a goalless draw with Olympic Lyon. That was the biggest game on the night, apart from the Swansea game. Lazio defeated Legia Warsaw from Poland, 1 goal. And Tottenham under Andres Villas-Boas, 3-0 victory over Tromsø. So those are. But let's quickly look at something that's very interesting. The highest goal scorers. Since we just talked about the Europa League, let's look at highest goal scorer in UEFA Champions League competition. And there's something I want to bring up quickly. If you look at the players in the top 5, Raul, Messi, Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Thierry Henry, England and Spain seems to have the chunk of most of those players have played either in Spain or in England.
Yes, definitely. I think if you have to, we're talking about the players who are actually leading in the
UEFA Champions League.
Goal scorers. The game has just started, and we have the 2 rivals, those who have always been.
That's it, and their rivals here too. Lionel Messi, 80 goals. Cristiano Ronaldo, somewhere not too far away, and. You begin to think what might happen. Somebody said these 2 players will push. He has 53 goals. That these 2 players will push themselves till one of them gets injured.
Definitely.
Till one of them breaks down and cannot play. Lionel Messi, after Ronaldo got his own hat-trick, Lionel Messi stepped to the field,
also
got his own hat-trick.
So this will definitely continue
to
the
push
end of the season.
Till one of them gets injured.
At the end.
All right, let's quickly leave football now and let's talk athletics. Earlier we showed you Usain Bolt, but he's been talking. He's been saying, look, he wants to be remembered like as one of the greatest. He's mentioned names like Michael Jordan. When you say basketball, you think of Michael Jordan. He wants to be in that class. I don't know if you agree. Before we listen to him, if you agree that he has already achieved that status.
We're talking about Usain Bolt.
Okay, what's fastest man?
He's the world's fastest man. Of course, he has what it takes to do it. He's doing it already, and of course, he has so many. In about 8 competitive races, he has won 7 convincingly. So, and he still has many years to go ahead of him. So,
let's listen to what he has to say. He talked about some of his teammates that have been tainted with drugs and what he plans to do. So, I think we're even going to wrap up the show on that note. We allow you to listen to Usain Bolt, how he plans to be on the stage for a long time, how he plans to retire, a whole lot of things he talked about. So enjoy that, and join us again next week. Bye for now.
For me, it's just I've stick to the same thing over the years. I stick to the same vitamins, which I've been taking for 7 years. I have a team around me that makes sure I try nothing new. You have to be just vigilant.